Another quick thing that I think is important to point out for the viewers here, because at the very beginning, we're talking about these allegations of him being anti-Semitic. He's wearing there a dog tag. You might notice there. That dog tag was just given to him on this trip to Israel. It was given to him by I think it was by the husband of his whole family was taken hostage, or at least it was by the family of someone who was taken hostage in Gaza. And Elon Musk told this person that he would wear this dog tag day and night until those hostages are returned. So that is really not something that an anti-Semite would do, I don't think.
Oh, no, not at all. Now, Josh, you were targeted yourself by these anti-Israeli protesters at the University of Michigan, where you were going to give a speech. Let's have a look at what happened. Tell me about what that was like, and as a Jewish man, do you feel safe speaking on college campuses?
So this was probably the first time that I have ever felt borderline unsafe. So I was speaking here on the war in Gaza, and there were, 20 to 25 well-organized protesters, and they started off, 60 to 90 seconds in, just throwing their arms into the air. And at that point, I was like, okay, if this is the worst that it's going to get, then I can probably deal with this. But it was probably 2 to 3 minutes later, Rita, they started audibly coughing, like, it kind of sounded like a tuberculosis ward in there for a few minutes. And I reminded them that this is against the clear university code of conduct. You are not allowed to constructively or literally shout down speakers, but that only made them cough louder. Then a few minutes later, the coughs turned into all the usual chants that you might be accustomed to: free, free Palestine, remember their names, all of these kind of baseless sloganeering that we've seen on social media and cable news for the past month and a half or so now. But to your broader point, Rita, this is obviously a very, very, very toxic time on American university campuses right now. It's extremely troubling, but I can personally tell you and the audience that I am certainly not going to shut up. I am certainly not going to stop going to campuses that invite me to talk and try to spread the truth. It really is at times like this when darkness is ascendant, when fiction and falsehoods are pervasive, if not outright ubiquitous. This is the moment where it calls on people like us to stand for the truth and to shout it as loudly from the hilltops as we possibly can.
Well, you've written a piece this week arguing that Israel must finish the job in Gaza. You say that currently Hamas is calling the shots, and the Jewish state must regain the upper hand in this conflict. You're right, anything less than unmitigated Israeli victory in Gaza would be catastrophic. Josh, just quickly explain why you say Hamas currently has the upper hand.
Well, Hamas has been calling the shots, Rita, for this whole past week. They're the ones who keep on slow playing, stringing out this prolonged truce, this lull in the conflict. They're the ones who are dictating these hostage exchanges. They're the ones who are releasing these horrific propaganda videos to the world that show the hostages, waving and forcing this smile. Presumably, they're told that if they don't do so, then they'll be shot in the face or something like that. So Israel really, I think, has let this thing slip away over the past week and a half or so. And I am personally hoping, as someone who strongly supports the U.S.-Israel relationship and a strong Israel in the Middle East, they've got to turn this thing around. And I think it's time to start revving up the tanks and the warplanes and getting this operation going again in Gaza.
Josh Hammer, thank you so much for your time this evening.
Anytime, Rita. Thank you.